Don't miss the Green and Growing Show in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Eagle TV. Ellis County Horticulture Agent Holly Dickman will identify common lawn and garden issues while providing up-to-date information. Watch weekdays in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Channel 14 or 614. Green and Growing, brought to you by Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40, and Eagle TV.
With our current weather conditions, it takes a real expert to create landscape that'll thrive. Riedel's Garden Center has the staff with the expertise of water requirements for plants, lawns, and landscapes that'll stand up to our changing weather conditions. With 25 years of hands-on experience, owner Darren Riedel will customize a landscape design and irrigation system to meet your expectations and our climate. It's recommended to protect your lawn using Fertilome products available at Riedel's Garden Center, an authorized dealer. Call or stop by Riedel's Garden Center today.
Well, we have been blessed in the area with some really good moisture and a really beautiful spring, and really it's kind of put things behind as far as the schedule for the garden goes, which is an okay thing, I think, in some ways. But I wanted to talk this morning about some tips you can take, or some hints you can take to have some better success with your garden. We're here at the Ag Research Center where we have some tomato and pepper trials going on, and these were just put in the ground about 3 weeks ago or so, and so as you can see, they're not very big. Part of that has to do with just our cool weather we've been experiencing. Tomatoes really do need some warmer weather to start taking off and growing, and so I'm expecting here as we get into June, these things hopefully will take off and grow. Now, they still have a lot of bare soil around them, and that's usually how you start out. You don't want to put anything on top of the soil like a mulch right away. You want to allow those plants to have that soil warm up just a little bit, and then once we get into some warmer temperatures, typically in June, you can go ahead and apply a mulch. Now, most of the time people like to use organic mulches in their gardens, especially straw, but sometimes people like to use grass clippings. It really doesn't matter as long as you're putting down some sort of mulch to help cover the soil. Mulch is very beneficial because it will not only help reduce that soil temperature fluctuation, it'll keep it more moderate, but it'll help keep the moisture in the soil longer. So if you have to water, you won't have to water as often if you have a nice layer of mulch. The other great thing that I love is that it helps to keep those weeds down. So if you have a lot of weed issues, go ahead and hoe those out or pull those out first before you put down your mulch layer. Now, I mentioned that people like to use grass clippings. One thing I always warn people is that if you do use grass clippings, make sure that they come from grass or turf grass that has not been sprayed with an herbicide for a while. So if you used a broadleaf herbicide, you really need to pay attention to what product you used, because different products have different lengths of time that they would last on that grass, or different residuals. If you've used a product that contains quinclorac, that is a product that can have a very long residual, up to 18 months, and so it is not recommended to use grass clippings at all from some yard that has had that applied to it. If you've used just a regular broadleaf weed killer like 2,4-D or Trimec or something like that, go ahead and wait at least 2 weeks before clipping and saving those clippings to apply to the lawn, or to the garden, excuse me. The other thing to remember when applying grass clippings is you don't want a very thick layer. You just want to put about 1 inch down, because that can actually mat up and start to be a hindrance for the water and other things to get through. So you want just a light layer of grass clippings. If you're using straw or something like that, go ahead and put 2 to 4 inches down, and that will give you the best benefit of that mulch. Now, the other thing to help with your tomatoes, or another thing to think about, is as they start to grow, you might want to consider putting a cage or some sort of staking around those tomatoes to help keep them lifted up off the ground, and that'll help improve air movement, which can help with some of our disease issues that we'll talk about in a segment later this season. So if you have questions about gardening, especially on how to apply mulches or how to keep weeds under control, things like that, don't hesitate to contact your local extension office for more information. Reporting for K-State Research and Extension, Eagle TV, I'm Holly Dickman, Ellis County Horticulture Extension Agent.
Don't miss the Green and Growing Show in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Eagle TV. Ellis County Horticulture Agent Holly Dickman will identify common lawn and garden issues while providing up-to-date information. Watch weekdays in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Channel 14 or 614. Green and Growing, brought to you by Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40, and Eagle TV.
With our current weather conditions, it takes a real expert to create landscape that'll thrive. Riedel's Garden Center has the staff with the expertise of water requirements for plants, lawns, and landscapes that'll stand up to our changing weather conditions. With 25 years of hands-on experience, owner Darren Riedel will customize a landscape design and irrigation system to meet your expectations and our climate. It's recommended to protect your lawn using Fertilome products available at Riedel's Garden Center, an authorized dealer. Call or stop by Riedel's Garden Center today.